In this video, we're going to take a look at a feature of Word called SmartArt. SmartArt has been around since about Word 2007 or so, and it's on the Insert tab. So let's click on Insert, and here is SmartArt, and let's click on it. And it is a way to insert graphics. It's hard to describe these. They're not really, wouldn't really call them charts, but it does break them down into different types. So you can take some ordinary text that you might just put in a bulleted list, and you can create something that looks a little bit nicer than a bulleted list. If you have a process, things occurring in order, if you have a cycle, it'll do like org charts and family trees and things like that. Relationship charts, a matrix, a pyramid chart, picture chart where you can add pictures to the text that goes in these boxes. And let's pick one here. So there's a ton of them, and the only way to get familiar with them really is just to kind of browse around and see what you can find. But the principles for editing them are basically the same. So I'm going to choose this basic cycle here, and I'm going to click on OK, and I get this. There are 5 items. If I want to change the text, all I have to do here is go in and type on top of it. And so that's item A, and notice how it automatically adjusts the size of the text for you. So you just click on it and you type what you want. So that's one way to change the text. Another way to change the text, and I think this is the easiest way to do it, there's a little arrow over here that will open up a bulleted list for you. And this bulleted list not only contains the text that goes inside of the bubbles here in the text box, but it also controls the number of bubbles. So if I go over here and hit enter, now I get 6. If I hit enter again, now I get 7. And so you can put as many or as few in here as you want to, and Word will automatically reformat for you, making the bubbles smaller or larger, changing the size of the text to make it larger or smaller, and it just keeps it looking nice for you. So this is the easy way to add or delete items. You can also just go in here and you can right click on it, and you can tell that you want to delete. Doesn't appear to be an option here, but we can cut it out, and if we do, now we're down to 6 items. But I think it's just easier to go over here and do it. When you're done doing things over here, you can just click on the arrow here, and now you're back to your SmartArt. So we've got some options for SmartArt. Once you've done this, you can go back here and you can pick a different layout. What we're seeing here is the cycles, and it looks like we've got maybe a few things here that are not necessarily cycles. And you can go back to more layouts if you want to, and completely change the layout to a different type. You can also change the colors here. You get one color by default, and I kind of like some of these other ones up here that add a little bit more color to it. So we'll take the first one here. And you've got SmartArt styles. I think this does a live preview, so if I pause the mouse over each one, we should see what it's going to look like. So, you can add some 3D effects. So you can get some pretty nice looking things in here using SmartArt. And those are the options for SmartArt design. There's a format over here, but this stuff really isn't unique to SmartArt. This is stuff that's available on lots of other things as well, so we're not going to go over that. Most of the stuff you do with SmartArt design is going to be right here. And this is an object just like any other object in Word, and so you can resize it if you want to, and then you can drag it around and drop it. You just have to make sure that you go here and change your layout options for wrapping. And if you change those, then you can basically drag it and drop it any place that you want to.